You stand at the edge of the wild, heart racing, poised to confront a truth more chilling than anything you might have imagined. The very creatures we regard as simple beasts often possess depths of strategy and compassion that overshadow the intentions of the humans who threaten their very existence. The forest around you is steeped in a haunting atmosphere. Shadows writhe like restless spirits beneath the towering trees, and the air crackles with an uneasy tension. You feel it, a rising sense of urgency that grips your chest, realizing you're about to witness something that defies belief. In this hidden world, illegal hunters lurk like phantoms, their hearts hardened to the cries of the innocent. They set traps and weave deceitful plans to ensnare those who trust in the safety of their wilderness home, preying on the very fabric of life itself. The stench of greed hangs heavy in the air, blending with the sweet scent of pine and earth, creating an unholy union of beauty and horror. As you draw in a breath, the bitterness thickens in your throat, and you can feel the pulse of despair radiating through the thicket. What if I told you that buried within this dark reality emerges an extraordinary bear named Kenai, an unlikely guardian of the forest? With intelligence that rivals that of the hunters themselves, he is not just a creature of instinct but a figure of hope, a stalwart companion to those ensnared in the traps of human cruelty. You brace yourself for the heart-pounding narrative that lies ahead, where the struggle for survival morphs into an emotional battle against the heartlessness of men. In this realm, you will discover that sometimes the fiercest protectors wear fur, not badges, and that nature can rise against insurmountable odds. Each rustle in the underbrush sends a jolt of awareness surging through you, a reminder of the tragedies concealed within the forest. You can hear the faint, anguished cries of animals trapped by merciless poachers, their delicate lives caught in the machinations of man. The air thickens as fear pervades the atmosphere. It's an invisible shroud enveloping the creatures that call this place home. You tread lightly, aware that the walls of silence are testament to unseen suffering all around. Time stretches, and the cacophony of fear persists, echoing through your mind. The shadows deepen, telling stories of loss and desperation, of a world where every misstep can lead to irreversible consequences. A flicker of movement catches your eye, and your breath hitches in anticipation, longing for a glimpse of light amid the encroaching dark. But who can bear witness to the plight of those that cannot speak? As the moon watches overhead, you begin to unravel a tapestry of sorrow, a patchwork of lives intertwined by circumstance, each thread fraying at the edges. Inside the homes of trees and secret caverns of the forest, the lives of bears, deer, foxes, and birds collide in a narrative of survival, creating an intricate web of relationships that humans seldom comprehend. You feel each sigh in the rustling leaves, a silent plea for recognition echoing through the canopies. Birds sing not merely to announce morning's arrival, but to comfort those on the precipice of despair. The forest itself appears to hold its breath, attuned to the rhythms of distress unfurling in the shadows. Even the streams trickle more cautiously, sharing in the collective sorrow that blankets the wilderness. As night falls, the chill deepens, and the tension rises like a storm rolling over the horizon. Inside the jungle of hunched trees, fear grows thick, winding tighter with every minute that passes. But tucked within this shroud of unease, an ember of resistance flickers. Kenai. You feel the stirring of fate, a moment beckoning, an invitation to delve deeper into the story that is about to unfold. There, within the depths of despair, the name Kenai ignites a spark within you. He is no ordinary bear. He possesses an intelligence that resonates with the heartbeat of the forest. His soul is woven into the very fabric of this land, each instinct finely tuned to the whispers of the wild. As you draw closer to Kenai's tale, you sense a shift, an awakening. You become acutely aware of the boundaries blurring, of the life force that connects all living beings, an unyielding bond that ties even the most vulnerable to the steadfast protector of the woods. The profound understanding that emerges within you fuels your resolve to bear witness. In your heart, you realize that this journey isn't merely about survival. It's about a deeper exploration of morality, the essence of life, and the unbreakable spirit that connects us all. You understand the urgency now, how this story is a call to action, a revelation demanding attention. Prepare to dive into the heart of this gripping narrative, an emotional roller coaster that confronts the quiet evils of the world. In a universe where the line between predator and savior blurs, Kenai's journey evolves beyond mere instinct. It becomes a mission driven by compassion, an answer to a question no one expected to ask. Your heart beats in synchrony with the wilderness, a reminder that within this dark tale of suffering lies a glimmer of hope, a lesson that can illuminate our path towards compassion and understanding. The struggle for survival has only just begun, and you are drawn in, ready to witness a story that will test your perceptions of nature, justice, and the undeniable force of love that propels Kenai into action. Among the shadows of the woods, beneath the fabric of despair, an unlikeliest of heroes is about to emerge, and you are here to see it all unfold. The forest surrounds you like a cloak of whispered secrets, thick with the scent of moss and earth. Nature's well-worn carpet hiding a multitude of stories. As you venture deeper, the reality of this hidden world unfolds like a dark chrysanthemum, its petals curling back to reveal pain and suffering. The echo of misery reverberates through the trees, blending seamlessly with the soft sigh of the wind. In this realm, the cries of captured animals pierce the stillness, wrenching at your heart like a knife. You take a careful step forward, your pulse aligning with the anxious rhythm of the forest. Each crack of a twig beneath your foot sends a shiver through you. You see the remnants of poaching, a cruel twist of iron and wood, traps laid with visceral precision. Unseen hands craft their schemes with chilling efficiency, leveraging the innocence of creatures who are unaware of the dire consequences awaiting them. The fear in the eyes of a trapped fox haunts you, a flicker of life and spirit snared in a cold metal grasp, reduced to a profit in the hands of those who have long since severed their connection to empathy. With every heartbeat, you feel a burgeoning sorrow. You stand as a witness to a world turned upside down, where greed pervades innocence, and those who should embody kindness wear monstrous facades. As you investigate the secret spaces within the forest, stories of desperation unfold around you. Each cage and trap is a capsule of despair, containing creatures huddling in the anguish of uncertainty. You peer into a makeshift prison where a young raccoon shakes uncontrollably, waiting for a fate that looms closer, with heavy footsteps. The weight of their emotions presses against you, fear, confusion, desolation, each a distinct whisper of pain echoing against the walls of your own heart. Moving deeper, you witness the small threads of kindness that emerge amidst despair. In one corner, you observe an old doe sharing warmth with a trembling rabbit, her gentle presence a balm for the icy chill of hopelessness. Nearby, a wise hawk, with feathers dusted in twilight, mentors the younger creatures, teaching them the intricacies of survival, the precious value of strength forged in unity. In a world overshadowed by fear, they form bonds that transcend species, an unspoken language of resilience and togetherness born out of shared suffering. Yet days stretch into unbearable eternities, and the menacing presence of poachers grows, looming like a storm creeping invisibly on the horizon. You hear hushed whispers from behind the trees, stories of plans to relocate captured animals to horrific new territories. There's a tightening of the noose around the throats of those trapped. It feels suffocating. The stakes rise, not only for the court, But for Kenai, who roams the periphery, acutely aware of the turbulence rippling through the forest, a dull ache grows in your chest, the reality of their plight dawning like the frail light of dawn. Kenai senses it too, an instinctual drive that whispers through the bark and leaves, urging him into action. You catch him watching from the shadows. The glint of determination sparkles in his deep, dark eyes as he observes the plight of the suffering. There's a whisper that breezes through the trees, a profound awareness settling during quiet moments. It is the essence of life itself, knitting them together in a shared struggle, the urgency palpable in the air. You hold your breath, feeling the stirring of hope within yourself. For beneath the encompassing veil of despair, an ember begins to glow brighter. Something is shifting in the atmosphere. Kenai emerges not as just another bear in his natural habitat, but as a guardian, a force of nature echoing with a profound urgency. You acknowledge how every creature in this forest has its purpose, each life interwoven, driven by instinct and shared fate. He is not merely a protector, but a conduit for something greater, a force that stands against the tide of cruelty and despair. As Kenai traverses through the undergrowth, his movements are methodical, calculating. Each step taken bears the weight of unspoken promises made to those who rely on him. The forest seems to hum in resonance, the flora and fauna rallying behind their champion, spurring him on toward action. Each flicker of Kenai's courage sends a surge of electricity through you. This adventure transcends mere survival. It becomes a beacon of hope, an invitation to join in the battle against injustices that thrive in shadows. You lean closer, feeling his presence merge with the pulse of the woods. It's as if the wild is urging you to understand that this story is not just a narrative of suffering, but one of resilience, reflection, and moral awakening. As you weave through this tapestry of life, an understanding begins to form. Every creature has a right to live free from fear, to exist without the haunting threat of humanity's relentless greed. You embrace the urgency of it all, the life force of the forest energizing your spirit, igniting a passion to lend your voice to those who cannot speak. Trust resonates deeper within you, the trust forged through the bond of life itself, urging you to witness this unfolding story. In those moments, as darkness invites uncertainty, you know that Kenai's tale is just beginning. A wave of hope sweeps over you, wrapping you in the promise of what is yet to come. The weight of despair lingers in the air, but within it lies the call for courage, a summons to rise against malevolence. In the heart of the wilderness, a fierce protector stands ready. Kenai will not face this challenge alone. He carries you with him, an ally in an extraordinary journey about to unfold. In the stillness of the moonlit forest, a charged energy envelops you and Kenai. A moment of decisive action lies ahead. The weight of vulnerability is palpable, the air thick with anticipation. You can feel it in your bones. This is a defining moment for both the bear and the creatures he protects. Kenai stands still, muscles tense, poised to leap into the fray against dark forces lurking in the shadows. You watch as he suddenly springs into action, a majestic blur of brown fur dashing through the underbrush. He embodies both predator and protector. Each thunderous paw strikes the ground with purpose, shaking the very leaves off the trees. Your heart races alongside him. He doesn't just move through the forest. He flows with it, drawing on its rhythm, its strength, and its wild spirit. Ahead, the poachers are gathered, their lanterns casting eerie shadows that dance wildly among the pines. Their laughter drips with contempt for the innocent lives they've ensnared, creating an unsettling backdrop to the tension rising around you. With a deep, primal roar that ripples through the trees, Kenai confronts them, a towering force of nature standing against their haze of cruelty. The poachers freeze, eyes widening in disbelief. It's as if the forest itself has sprung to life, challenging the very essence of their greed. You hold your breath, feeling a mix of fear and exhilaration as Kenai's courageous stance transforms the atmosphere. This is not merely a battle. It's a declaration of defiance against oppression, both for the captured animals and the untouched wilderness that cradles them. With each heartbeat, you sense the tide beginning to turn. Kenai draws the attention of the poachers, grabbing hold of their greed-fueled focus. As he moves like a phantom through the thicket, you witness a cunning strategy take shape. He doesn't charge blindly. Instead, he employs misdirection, a flurry of rustles and shadows that confounds their senses. Amidst the chaos, you see the trapped raccoon, a flicker of fear transformed into a glimmer of hope, as if they can feel their protector rallying for them. There's a shared understanding between them, a bond fortified through adversity that transcends words. Kenai is not just saving them. He is giving them the freedom to believe in themselves once more. The poachers scramble, their plans unraveling before their eyes. Kenai's roar shatters the night, igniting a sense of unity among the captured animals as they stir with newfound courage. One by one, their instincts awaken, emboldened by Kenai's bravery. They too begin to stir, small hearts beating with the promise of liberation. Then it happens. A burst of movement and chaos explodes. Kenai charges, his powerful form surging forward like a wave crashing against rock. The forest trembles beneath him, resonating with the force of his resolve. You feel every ounce of energy, his strength infusing the air in a way that electrifies your spirit. It's a dance of survival. As Kenai collides with the poachers, a flurry of fur and determination, you cannot help but draw parallels between the struggle in this clearing and the battle that rages in the depths of your own heart. Every creature in the forest faces its own challenges. The stakes are life and death, freedom and captivity. Each moment etched into time becomes a lesson about facing darkness with courage. The poachers yell, frustration boiling to anger as they struggle to regain control, but the tide has shifted irrevocably. Kenai is artful. He ducks, darts, and leads them on a chase through the treetops, where their greed-like clumsiness proves to be a stark contrast to the intuitive, agile movements of the bear. He is a guardian angel in fur, weaving through the trees with movements that seem choreographed by the very spirit of the wilderness. Amidst the confusion, a sudden silence blankets the clearing. The poachers stop in their tracks, overcome by uncertainty. They look around, but Kenai knows his moment will not last long. Shifting strategies, he approaches the cage holding the young raccoon, its eyes wide with fear and longing. In one swift motion, he nudges the lock until it clicks open. With the sound of liberation, the gate swings wide. The raccoon hesitates for just a heartbeat, feeling the energy permeating the air. Then, in a flash of instinct, it seizes the chance and darts into the woods. The sound of freedom echoes within you, an exhilarating clarity washing over the chaos. Encouraged by this act of bravery, the other animals find their strength too. One by one, they break free from their cages, charging into the refuge of the owl-draped trees. And all the while, Kenai stands sentinel, ensuring that none are left behind. As the last of the trapped creatures emerges into the embrace of the night, the poachers regain their senses, panicking. It's a flailing response. Desperation shows in their eyes as they realize they've lost much more than prey. They've underestimated the unyielding spirit of the wild. Kenai stands in defiance, a monument of courage and resilience. The energy in the air buzzes with the chant of the liberated as they move together under the safeguarding shadows of the forest, a community reclaimed, thriving even in uncertainty. You realize now that this moment goes beyond mere survival. It embodies a profound shift in the balance of nature. Beneath the weight of the night's veil, Kenai has woven a tapestry of rebellion and compassion, a reminder that peace is fragile, but always worth fighting for. You find the courage to believe, not only in Kenai, but in the warrior spirit that exists within every creature fighting for a chance at freedom. As the echoes of panic dissipate into the cool night air, you stand beside Kenai, absorbing the gravity of the moment. The forest around you feels alive, rejoicing in unison. Every leaf quivers, every branch seems to dance. The dark veil that hung over this place just hours ago has lifted, revealing a vibrant landscape pulsating with life. You look at Kenai, a silhouette of calm against the starlit sky, embodying unwavering strength and courage. What unfolded tonight is far more than an act of bravery. It is a powerful reminder that liberation is not merely about freedom from physical cages. It's about reclaiming one's identity, honor, and purpose. In freeing the other creatures nestled in the shadows of captivity, Kenai has woven a new narrative, one that asserts the right of every living being to exist without fear. As you take in the scene, a deep reflection envelops you. The realization crystallizes. The delicate balance between man and nature is often misunderstood. Where exploitation often thrives, you now see a flicker of hope sparked by Kenai's courage. You feel a growing responsibility to join forces, to become an advocate, not just for the animals you witnessed being freed, but for the wild itself. Perhaps this is a call for every heart that beats to nurture the wilderness surrounding it. You begin to comprehend the irreversible impact of this night, not only on the liberated animals, but on Kenai and yourself as well. You wonder how many other stories of courage remain untold in the depths of these woods, how many more victories against cruelty lie waiting to unfold. The weight of these unspoken tales settles in your heart, igniting a deep-seated desire to carry this truth beyond the forest, to share it with those who can still make a difference. Emboldened by the energy radiating through the trees, you feel a sense of solidarity in the face of adversity. Just as Kenai stood formidable against the poachers, you too can stand tall against the apathy so often observed in society. It is a shared spirit, a bond not limited to one creature. It embodies all of nature's relentless champions. The night air crackles with the sounds of freedom, the calls of raccoons, the rustle of deer as they bound away into the underbrush. Kenai's protective aura engulfs the clearing, and you realize how this moment encapsulates everything meaningful about the wild. Each liberated soul is a reminder that survival is not simply about existing, but thriving against all odds. As dawn begins to break, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, you witness the forest awakening. The news of liberation spreads like ripples on water, awakening the sleeping spirits that inhabit these lands. Kenai, once an isolated figure, now epitomizes connection, a guardian tied to the very heart of the wilderness he defends. You feel this bond strengthen. It's as if Kenai is passing on a legacy of resilience. He is a testament to the profound relationship between the wild and those who dare to protect it. The rightful place in the ecosystem of nature does not simply belong to the fittest, but encompasses a tapestry of life where each creature, each whisper of the wind, plays its part. In this moment, you realize it's not just about the wild. It's about humanity awakening to its role as caretakers of the earth. The dawning sun casts a golden hue, igniting a fire within you, a commitment to spread awareness like the morning light, illuminating the paths shadowed by ignorance and indifference. As the creatures weave back into the expansive embrace of the forest, a resonance of unity fills the air. You can't help but imagine a future where humans and animals work side by side, not as enemies, but as allies. The potential of harmony thrums with every heartbeat, echoing within the richness of the land. Kenai looks back at you, his expression calm and resolute, as if he understands the full weight of this momentous night. It's a silent acknowledgement of the bond you both now share, a pact born amid the chaos and reaffirmed in the light of dawn. The forest whispers promises anew. No longer will they suffer in silence, nor will you remain a passive spectator. Your resolve strengthens. Empowered, you'll carry Kenai's story, translating it into a rallying cry for compassion and stewardship. You are determined to unveil the truth behind wildlife's struggles, to bridge the gap between humans and the wild, connecting every heart with the age-old tapestry of life's struggles and triumphs. In this journey, you're no longer an outsider gazing into the wild. You find that you are woven into its very essence. Kenai, a symbol of strength, a loyal guardian of the powerless. The forest's secrets now feel like yours, ingrained into your spirit, urging you to awaken those who remain unaware. As you look toward the brightest skies, hope unfurls within your heart. Nature's power lies not only in its ferocity, but also in its ability to inspire compassion and action. Together, with Kenai as your guide, you will advocate for justice, share stories that demand attention, and honor the memory of every creature that has ever fought for their right to live free, a celebration of life echoing through the halls of time. As the sun climbs higher, illuminating the landscape in warm golden hues, you and Kenai move deeper into the heart of the forest. The morning air is crisp, filled with the revitalizing chorus of life awakening from the shadows of night. With each step, you feel a growing sense of purpose, inspired by the bravery that unfolded just hours ago. Breathing in the earthy scent of pine, mingled with wildflowers, you are filled with determination. This experience was not just about freeing the captive. It birthed a commitment within you to share the truth of wildlife struggles, an urgency to awaken a world often blind to the beauty and pain of nature. With each liberated creature, there is an opportunity to tell a story that could shift perceptions. You glance at Kenai, a symbol of power and resilience. His presence reassures you that this journey is paramount, not only for the animals but for humanity as well. What if everyone could witness his courage? Could they feel compelled to act? The very thought energizes you, igniting a fire within, a desire to inspire action that goes beyond mere awareness. Walking alongside Kenai, your mind races with ideas for initiatives, a community-centered approach that fosters empathy and respect for wildlife. Workshops, storytelling events, and eco-gardens to educate the public about the vital role of every creature. You envision a world where humans do not just exist alongside wildlife, but work together as advocates for coexistence. It feels within reach. Each person could become a guardian in their own right. Yet the path ahead will not be without challenges. You consider the poachers, their intent driven by greed, oblivious to the interconnectedness of life. They embody the ignorance that often shrouds humanity, creating barriers between people and the wild. But with Kenai as your guide, you feel equipped to address this conflict head-on, to transform neglect into a powerful movement of compassion. As the light filters through the canopy, you realize that you are now a part of this intricate story. No longer an outsider gazing into the wild. You are woven into the fabric of its essence. Kenai's journey embodies a truth that resonates deep within. Nature's fight for survival is intertwined with humanity's awakening. You are determined to share this understanding, to awaken hearts with the urgency it demands. Looking toward the expanding sky, hope unfurls within you like a blossom, vibrant and alive. Nature's might lies not just in its ferocity, but in its ability to inspire profound change. Side by side with Kenai, you are ready to champion justice, to amplify voices that have long been silenced, to transform tragedies into testimonies of strength and resilience. Your commitment solidifies as you near a glade where sunlight breaks through, illuminating a series of paths leading deeper into the forest. You pause, absorbing the beauty around you, realizing this journey will require patience and relentless optimism. You envision community gatherings where stories are shared, events that bridge gaps, fostering an understanding that actions, no matter how small, can ripple across the community. In your heart, a pact forms, a promise to carry forth Kenai's story and the wisdom of the wild. You will guide others to witness the profound connections that exist in nature, urging them to advocate for the voiceless. You imagine children inspired by what they learn, the same spark igniting their hearts that has now lit your own. As twilight approaches, a sense of tranquility envelops you and Kenai. The day has been transformative, the stories of others extolling the urgency of recognizing the delicate balance between humanity and wildlife. You resolve to be the voice that echoes through the corridors of indifference, to carve out a new narrative where coexistence thrives. With Kenai by your side, you feel empowered to face obstacles ahead. You renew your commitment to not just witness the struggles of wildlife, but to act, to nurture both the earth and its creatures with the dedication they deserve. As you stand at the threshold of the glade, you draw strength from the light filtering through the trees, a tangible reminder that hope exists in every corner of the wild. You look at Kenai, his majestic form, a beacon of courage. Together, you will forge pathways of understanding. You envision a future where people venture into the wild with reverence, acknowledging the needs of the land and its inhabitants. Their appreciation for the beauty of each creature will evolve into a movement, a tapestry of shared commitment to protect the infinite stories waiting to be told. The sun dips lower, casting golden rays across the glade, and you breathe deeply, feeling the vibrant pulse of life surrounding you. Your commitment to Kenai's cause resonates within you, a growing wave of compassion ready to break free. This is not just a story about a bear, it is a testament to the enduring relationship between humanity and nature, a journey worth every step. As you step forward, ready to embrace whatever lies ahead, you know you are not alone. The forest and all its inhabitants watch over you as you take up the mantle of stewardship. You will carry the stories of the wild far and wide, echoing through the ages, a promise that nature will be heard and cherished. A legacy that aspires to be more than a whisper, but a resounding chorus uplifting the voices of the earth. As twilight blankets the forest, a deepening calm settles over you and Kenai. Beneath the fading light, you find a small stream, its waters flowing clear and steady, a gentle reminder of resilience. The soft, rhythmic murmur of the current serves as a backdrop to your thoughts, urging you to consider the journey ahead. You feel a stirring within, a passion igniting as you contemplate the responsibility that lies before you. Kneeling beside the water, you watch its reflections ripple, feeling an urgency to take action. You are transformed by the courage you've witnessed, the bravery of a bear who stands guard for the weak. This experience has kindled a desire in you to share stories like Kenai's, igniting compassion in others' hearts. You know the importance of fostering a strong connection between humanity and the wild, for it is this bond that can ultimately inspire change. The faces of children exploring the edge of the forest flash through your mind. They are curious, yet unaware of the delicate balance that sustains the ecosystem around them. You imagine their eyes lighting up as they hear about Kenai, the bear whose fierce loyalty knows no bounds. These children hold the future. What if they grew to cherish the wild as you now do? It's your mission to ensure they feel this connection, to awaken that reverence in their hearts. Standing tall beside Kenai, you envision initiatives that will transform your passion into tangible actions. Community workshops that educate families about the importance of protecting the natural world. You see children coming together to learn through storytelling and hands-on experiences, planting trees, rescuing wildlife, and understanding their role in the delicate web of life. Small acts of kindness can ripple outward, creating a movement rooted in compassion and respect for all living things. You look toward the sky, now cloaked in velvet darkness, and feel the weight of the responsibility settle on your shoulders. This path may present challenges, voices of doubt and resistance that echo through society. It's the same kind of ignorance that drives people to neglect the wonders surrounding them, but you are determined to rise above it. You'll meet skepticism with understanding, transforming silence into dialogue that fosters empathy. Contemplating your journey, you realize that every anecdote and fact can change hearts and minds. You envision standing in front of a crowd, sharing your experiences with Kenai, revealing how each creature plays a vital role in the ecosystem. You want people to empathize with the wild, not just see it as a backdrop to their lives, but recognize its necessity. By capturing Kenai's spirit, you can show others that nature's struggles are intertwined with humanity's own journey. Suddenly, a shimmering movement catches your eye. A family of deer emerges from the thicket, their graceful forms approaching the water. They drink with a calm that envelops you in peace. Witnessing their quiet beauty sparks hope. It reinforces your mission. If you can cultivate appreciation for such moments, you can inspire a commitment to a healthier coexistence. The night's tranquility strengthens your resolve. The power of small victories becomes clear. Each family educated, each story shared, weaves a stronger fabric of change in the community. You can ignite a passion for preservation, transforming indifference into a movement that honors nature. With Kenai by your side, you recognize that your journey is not just personal, it is collective. A chorus of voices working together to advocate for the wild can amplify the call for change. You envision partnerships that celebrate nature's beauty, inviting the community to explore and learn, nurturing a sense of belonging among both people and wildlife. Your heart swells with determination. As the stars twinkle above, you feel the warmth of hope and purpose guiding you forward. You bend to splash your hands in the cool stream, reflecting on the stories that make up the very essence of life, those struggles and triumphs that resonate through the ages. Whispering your commitment to Kenai, you feel assurance in his companionable presence, a guardian who reminds you that this work is vital. You will foster a legacy that empowers generations to embrace the earth. As the moon rises, filling the forest with its silvery light, you step away from the water, emotionally and physically recharged. Fighting for justice is not just about awareness. It's about nurturing environments where compassion flourishes, where people and animals coexist harmoniously. With renewed energy, you stand alongside Kenai, ready to take up the mantle of stewardship. You pledge to be a beacon for those who have lost their way, guiding them back to nature, helping them rediscover the beauty still thriving around them. Together, you will amplify the call for understanding and respect, ensuring that the stories of the wild are heard and cherished. This journey, with its myriad challenges and rewards, is just beginning. You are fortified by the knowledge that the sound of one brave bear's heart can lead to the awakening of many. The legacy of the forest, the pulse of the earth, and the high spirits of its creatures will echo through time, inviting all into the exquisite dance of coexistence. And with each new dawn, you will rise, hand in paw with Kenai, to meet the promise of tomorrow. With a renewed sense of purpose, you and Kenai embark on the next chapter of your journey, a mission to create tangible change within the community. The moonlight bathes the forest in a gentle glow, guiding your path as you step forward, hand in paw. Weeks turn into months as you tirelessly advocate for a new relationship between humans and wildlife, fueled by the hope that resides in every heart you encounter. You begin organizing community workshops where families learn about the intricate web of life that surrounds them. The sound of laughter fills the air as children gather to hear tales of Kenai, the brave bear who stood up for the voiceless. Their eyes widen with wonder and curiosity, igniting a passion for wildlife while forging a deep connection to the land. You see the seeds of empathy being planted, slowly taking root. The work is fulfilling, but not without its struggles. You recognize that not everyone shares your vision. Resistance bubbles to the surface in unexpected places. During a local town meeting, you stand before a divided crowd, the tension palpable. Doubts about prioritizing wildlife over economic development echo in the room like shadows. Your heart pounds, but you remember Kenai's bravery. Mustering your courage, you address the crowd with conviction. You explain the symbiotic relationship between humanity and nature, illustrating how a healthy ecosystem enriches lives. You share heartfelt stories, not just of loss but of triumph, of communities thriving when they work in harmony with the wild. As your words flow, you see some faces soften, curiosity slowly replacing skepticism. After the meeting, you're approached by individuals eager to learn more. They express a desire to support your efforts, their interest igniting a flicker of hope within you. You begin connecting like-minded people, establishing a network of passionate supporters dedicated to protecting the wild. Together, you create initiatives that resonate with the community, encouraging a shared responsibility toward nature. Autumn descends upon the forest, painting the landscape in hues of gold and crimson. You move forward with renewed momentum, hosting events where families explore trails, learning to identify native plants and animals. Hands-on activities like building birdhouses and creating pollinator gardens connect people with nature, enriching their understanding of the ecosystem. Yet, as the leaves fall, dark clouds loom on the horizon. You drive through the forest one day and witness the aftermath of recent land clearing. Fragments of trees lie scattered, signs of destruction that carry the weight of loss. It hits you hard. The fight for wildlife is also a fight against a culture of indifference, one where profit often overshadows nature's needs. Staring at the devastation, despair creeps in, but Kenai stands faithfully by your side. His presence is grounding, a reminder of the strength found in unity. The vision of a thriving forest, that beautiful home for countless creatures, fuels your determination, and you understand that this is a pivotal moment. You refuse to back down. Your next step is critical. You rally your network of supporters, organizing a town hall dedicated specifically to the urgency of wildlife protection. You want to elevate the conversation, not just to bring awareness, but to inspire actionable change. With every heart you touch, you feel emboldened, the power of community blossoming around you. As you prepare for the event, excitement mingles with anxiety. The evening arrives, and the air crackles with anticipation. You look around at the familiar faces, the families, the children, each a key piece in the puzzle of change. The room fills with a mix of supporters and skeptics, a blend of hope and hesitation. You take a deep breath and begin, sharing Kenai's story and the importance of preserving the balance within nature. Throughout your presentation, the crowd listens with rapt attention. You present data, heartwarming anecdotes, and above all, emphasize that nature's fate intertwines with their own. You are not just advocating for the wild, you are advocating for their future, for the health and well-being of their children. As you finish, you notice a wave of nervous energy. Some hands go up, questions and concerns emerging. As you navigate their inquiries, you feel a shift in energy. The skeptics begin to see your perspective, and together, you brainstorm ideas to take action, forming committees to tackle specific challenges, engaging in reforestation, and building community gardens. Empowered by this exchange, you realize that hope is indeed a powerful motivator. With every new volunteer, every fresh idea, you feel the commitment to coexistence thriving. Together you've sparked a wave of enthusiasm. The heart of the community beats louder with intention. The first snow begins to dust the forest, and while the landscape changes, you know that the work is far from over. As you stand beneath the boughs of those ancient trees, hand in paw with Kenai, you understand that the path ahead is long. But with each shared story, each act of kindness towards the earth, you are weaving a robust tapestry of change. In this beautiful dance of life, you envision a future where every creature and every human exists in harmony. With the spirit of Kenai guiding you, there is strength in unity. A powerful reminder that together you can protect the wild and all its wonders. It is here, in this sacred space, that your journey continues, an unyielding commitment to nature blooming brightly amidst the cold. The promise of a brighter tomorrow lies ahead, just waiting for you both to embrace it. As winter settles over the forest, a blanket of snow envelops the landscape, adding a serene hush to the world around you. Each step you take with Kenai crunches softly against the frosty ground, the crisp air filling your lungs with the clarity of purpose. The tranquil beauty of the season is a reminder of both stillness and renewal, a pivotal moment to reflect on the journey so far. You gather with the community again, this time in a cozy hall adorned with the warmth of flickering candles and the aroma of spiced cider. People from all walks of life, families with children and the elderly, come together to celebrate the progress you've made. Tables are lined with crafts showcasing wildlife, paintings and sculptures crafted by local artists. Each piece tells a story of the forest and its inhabitants. As the gathered crowd mingles, you feel a tap on your shoulder. It's a young girl, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Clutching a handmade card featuring Kenai, a bear drawn with vibrant colors and deep loving strokes, she beams at you. Can we help Kenai? Can we make sure he always has a home? Her innocent question echoes in your heart, a beautiful reminder of how far this journey has come. You kneel down, catching her gaze, and explain, "Yes, every effort we make helps Kenai and all his friends in the forest. Together, we can make a difference." This moment encapsulates why you fight for nature, because the next generation deserves to hear stories woven with hope, filled with wonder and respect for the wild. You see echoes of her in many children tonight, their laughter cascading like a brook through the hall. A sense of belonging wraps around you, a growing community cultivated from shared concern and compassion. As the evening unfolds, you share updates on your initiatives, the reforestation efforts and community gardens sprouting life amidst the cold. Each story reinvigorates the crowd, their eyes lighting up with possibility. People discuss gathering supplies, organizing volunteer days, and even starting a local farmers market that promotes organic produce in harmony with nature. In this vibrant tapestry of community involvement, an idea begins to form: a winter festival to celebrate the forest's nature and nurture respect for wildlife. You can imagine the flames of a bonfire illuminating lively faces, children bundled in warm jackets sharing stories of their environmental adventures, refreshments served from local farms, interactive stations educating about seasonal wildlife, and perhaps a cozy storytelling corner where Kenai could be celebrated in all his glory. With fervor, you gather everyone's input, and excitement pulses through the air like a warm breeze cutting through the chill. The night's energy crescendos with plans taking shape, a manifestation of the collective spirit fueling your mission. You encourage everyone to share their skills, whether it's baking, crafting, or storytelling, whatever little contribution they can offer. Days pass as the festival begins to take form. Flyers flutter through the community, laughter fills planning meetings. Together, you each weave your strengths into the tapestry of this celebration, a vivid reminder of why you fight for the forest. Each call for volunteers grazes the air like a gentle wind, carrying the passion for a purpose revived. When the day of the festival arrives, the sun smiles down upon the gathering. The forest stands proud at your backs, a majestic guardian embracing the celebration. You see families venturing into the woods, their breath visible in the brisk air, eyes wide with the thrill of discovery. As you walk among the stalls, the spirit of unity and joy skims over you like sunlight filtering through the trees. The local musicians strum gentle chords, laughter rings out, and the aroma of warm food drifts by. In the storytelling corner, a group of children enraptured by tales of Kenai listen intently, friends and family huddled close. You step onto the small stage, Kenai's presence felt deeply in every glance and murmured story. As you share the story of his journey, it unfolds as a tapestry of connection between the wild and humans. You emphasize the importance of maintaining balance, respecting the sacred bond that holds them together. You see people nodding, their hearts resonating with the truth that lingers in the air. As you conclude, you invite everyone to join you on nature walks, guided experiences that deepen their understanding of the wildlife living alongside them. The emotion in their eyes ignites a sense of duty, an understanding that this bond is a collective responsibility, a promise binding them to the pulse of the earth. With the sun dipping low and casting a warm, golden hue across the forest, you take a moment to look around. The hearts and voices that fill the space echo far beyond this celebration. They intertwine with the very essence of the earth. This festival, a symbol of hope, resilience, and joint purpose, sparks a flame that promises to light paths toward a shared future. Standing alongside Kenai, you absorb the weight of this moment, how far you've come, and how deeply these connections run. You grasp the beauty in the small victories, understanding that the roots of collective strength may be humble, but they are powerful in scope. As night falls, the festival lights twinkle like stars, illuminating not only the forest, but the souls within it. You embrace the warmth of your community, united by a fight worth fighting, for Kenai, for the wild, for the generations yet to come. In this beautiful moment, you know that the journey continues, not just for you and Kenai, but for every living being that calls this forest home. The promise of harmony is palpable, waiting to unfurl, a future forged in collaboration and love. As dawn breaks over the forest after the festival, you awaken to a world transformed. Sunlight filters through the trees, illuminating the frost-kissed leaves and casting a gentle glow on the snow-dusted ground. It feels like a new beginning, another step forward in your journey to protect this land and its wildlife. You and Kenai set off down a familiar trail, the air crisp and invigorating. Each step together feels laden with purpose as you explore the forest's heartbeat. The sound of branches swaying, leaves rustling, and nature beginning to awaken. Today, you sense the energy of change, fueled by the connections formed at the festival. Your path leads you to the creek, where a small group of community members are gathered. They work together to restore an eroded bank, crafting a natural barrier from rocks and branches. You smile, filled with pride at their dedication. Their commitment brings a warmth to your heart, a testament to the power of shared dreams. Join us. A friend calls, and you eagerly step in to help, your hands becoming part of this restoration effort. Each stone you place is a building block towards healing, a sign of your joint efforts to safeguard the land. As you work, conversations weave a tapestry of inspiration, the shared aspirations of a community working toward the common good. The energy is contagious. New volunteers arrive, their laughter ringing through the trees. Mothers alongside their children discuss planting initiatives for the spring, while others brainstorm ideas for monitoring wildlife populations. The projects are ambitious, but together, you ignite a passionate resolve to make a difference. As the sun climbs higher, casting a warm glow on your small group, the plans take shape. You discuss adopting a section of the forest, a space where everyone can contribute to conservation. It will be a sanctuary, a reminder of the bond between the community and the wild that surrounds them. This collective ownership builds a sense of pride and responsibility. Yet as you revel in the vitality of this day, shadows creep into your mind. The threats to the land, poaching, habitat loss, and climate change are never far away. How sustainable is this wave of enthusiasm? The path to conservation is lined with challenges, and doubts stir within you. That evening, while strolling along the river, you confide in Kenai. What if we can't keep this momentum? What if people drift away? He nudges against you, grounding you in the moment. There's wisdom in the simplicity of nature, a reminder that each effort, no matter how small, contributes to the greater whole. Emboldened by Kenai's unwavering presence, you determine to nurture this newly kindled spirit. You plan to host more workshops, focusing on the importance of understanding local wildlife and ecosystems. Creating a monthly newsletter becomes your priority, showcasing achievements, upcoming events, and the evolving story of Kenai. Weeks pass, and spring breathes life into the forest once more. You launch workshops focused on local species and ecosystems, fostering excitement among families eager to learn. Children eagerly participate in hands-on activities, charting animal tracks, building birdhouses, while adults engage in conversations about sustainable practices. One afternoon, as you lead a nature walk, the vibrancy of the forest surrounds you, a backdrop for shared discovery. Among the towering trees, you find fulfillment in the laughter of children mixed with the whispers of the wind. You see the spark of understanding igniting their imaginations, their connection to the wild growing stronger. A pivotal moment arises when you decide to plant a butterfly garden. The idea spreads excitement through the community, and soon, you're gathered with residents, planting bright flowers in the sunlight, creating a haven for pollinators. Each seed sown symbolizes hope, nurturing not only nature but the burgeoning bonds between those committed to its preservation. As spring deepens, your community stretches its roots deeper into the earth, welcoming wildlife back into its embrace. You see the changes in the forest, the buzz of bees, vibrant colors painting the landscape, and the return of birdsong, a joyful symphony celebrating new life. But even within this flourishing environment, you know the challenges remain. You decide it's key to keep discussions open, so you create additional meetings where community members can voice concerns and ideas. This continuous dialogue fosters resilience, binding your community closer as you face uncertainties together. In those heartwarming moments, you realize that while the journey is long, it pulses with life. The seeds planted have taken root not just physically, but in the hearts of every person who strives for balance with nature. Each act of love and care, every hand in the dirt, reaffirms the belief that genuine bonds can lead to transformative changes. Together with Kenai, you continue nurturing this spirit of collaboration, supporting one another in your shared devotion to the wild. In the ensuing months, the community thrives, and the forest grows richer and more vibrant. One night, as you gaze up at the stars blanketing the night sky, you feel the weight of gratitude. The bonds forged during the festival have matured, creating a sanctuary for wildlife, a promise nourished by cooperation, compassion, and hope. It's a reminder that with each step, every voice raised in support, you are shaping a future where both people and nature can coexist beautifully. The journey stretches before you like the vast horizon, an unfolding adventure filled with possibilities, led by the spirit of a bear and the hearts of those who dare to believe in a better tomorrow. Together, you will continue stepping forward, protecting the fragile beauty of the wild, weaving a legacy rich in love and respect, a promise to preserve the enchantment of the forest. As summer arrives, your community bursts with life. Children run through fields of wildflowers, laughter ringing like music in the air. The forest thrives under the warm sun, and everywhere you look, there are signs of nature returning to its full glory. You feel a sense of pride as the festival spirit of community continues to thrive, binding you all together in a shared mission. With Kenai by your side, you lead a nature walk filled with eager families exploring the beauty surrounding them. The wonder in the children's eyes shines as they discover hidden treasures, the tiny world of insects beneath stones, the song of birds weaving through the trees. Every moment spent immersed in nature is a victory, reinforcing the bond between your community and the wild. But beneath this lively exterior lurks an unsettling tension. Reports of illegal poaching have become more frequent, a reminder that threats to the wilderness always exist. You gather the community in a meeting beneath the sprawling branches of an ancient oak, feeling the weight of responsibility settle on your shoulders. We must protect our wildlife. Every creature deserves to thrive without fear, you urge. The concern flashes across faces around you. The air is electric, charged with worry but also determination. Together, you brainstorm ideas. Group patrols to monitor the forest, an awareness campaign to educate nearby towns about the importance of wildlife conservation. As discussions unfold, the collective resolve in the room anchors your spirit. You've watched this community grow, and now it feels like a united front, ready to stand against any threat. By the evening's end, plans are put in motion to forge alliances with local wildlife organizations, expanding your reach and influence. Weeks later, enthusiasm buzzes like the bees flitting around blooming flowers. The patrols begin, bringing families together as they traverse the trails. You feel a sense of joy watching children share stories of their adventures, not just as fun escapades, but as shared missions to protect the land. Each step they take carries a promise of solidarity, strength, and love for the wild. However, the weight of responsibility also brings anxiety. You worry that patience might wear thin. The ongoing threats whisper in the background, reminding you that your efforts may not be enough. One evening, while walking alongside Kenai, you voice your concerns. What if we can't keep them safe? What if the poachers keep coming? He nudges against you, grounding you in the moment, his solidity a reminder of hope. Then a call to action surfaces, a report of a bear caught in a poacher's trap. The urgency grips you as you gather a small team of volunteers, hearts pounding with a mix of fear and determination. Under the fading light of day, you arrive at the location. The atmosphere is thick with tension, nature eerily quiet as you approach a wooden barricade. You spot the trap hidden among the underbrush, fear clenching your stomach. What if it's too late? Just beyond where you stand, a figure emerges, a young bear, anxious and alert. You feel a swell of relief and urgency. We have to direct him away, you say softly to your team, fear lacing your voice. Kenai stands beside you like a sentinel, sensing the balance between caution and bravery. With careful, calm movements, you and your team position yourselves, coaxing the bear away from the trap, creating a safe pathway for him. Just a little closer, you whisper, emboldened by the collective purpose. The bear hesitates, his big, dark eyes filled with uncertainty. Moments stretch long into eternity until finally, he takes a few tentative steps in your direction. Each inch forward is a victory, a pact formed of trust. He pauses, as if sensing your intent, then continues forward into the safe embrace of woods beyond the trap. You breathe a collective sigh of relief, celebration bubbling among your team. In that instant, the realization dawns. You are not merely rescuing a bear, you are defending a promise that you made to all wildlife, a testament to the bonds that bind you to this land. As dusk settles and the stars begin to twinkle overhead, you gather with your team. There's a warmth in the air, an unspoken understanding shared among you. Gratitude rise like the evening mist, filling the space with hope. "We did it together," you say, looking into their eyes. This is just the beginning. The outpour of agreement reverberates in the assembled group, each face reflecting determination to persevere. In the weeks that follow, your community emerges even more resolute. The call for action resonates in everyone's hearts. You deepen partnerships with wildlife organizations, and community patrols expand, becoming a symbol of hope across the region. You hold workshops that invite local experts to share their knowledge about animal tracking, habitat preservation, and the true emotional depth of wildlife. Local artists create murals that speak to the beauty of nature, the spirit of the bear, and the unity of the community. In all of this, you find your own joy intertwined with theirs, a collective heartbeat echoing through the trees, whispering promises of conservation and companionship. The forest seems to breathe alongside you, and you accept the challenges as they come, feeling the strength of unity guiding you through. At night, as you lie beside Kenai under the vast starry sky, you reflect on the extraordinary journey that has brought you here. The forest hums with life, each sound a reminder of why you fight. Together, you remain vigilant, nurturing the relationships between each person and every creature, an unwavering promise to protect what is wild, beautiful, and profoundly worth fighting for. This journey continues, an adventure shared with nature's guardians, the bear and the hearts of those who dare to protect the wild.